Sending HTML email is a big pain. A lot of developers are clueless about how to create HTML emails. That's because a lot of different things we do as a web developers, writing HTML, writing CSS, making everything work does not work necessarily in the email space. What happens is that a lot of different things don't work, and what ends up happening is you send an email to a customer and it doesn't look consistent on different email providers like Apple Mail, Gmail, and whatnot. So it's always a pain. So how do we fix this issue? Let's introduce React Email 2.0. So React Email 2.0 was recently announced and I have used it just now. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. It manages everything for you. It lets you, build entire email using React and it just works. So you can do your web dev things in an email and it just works, and you can get the HTML output for it and you can just send it to your customers or just whoever you want through your code. So yeah, let's get started with React Email 2.0. Alright, so we are in the React Email documentation. It says the next generation of writing emails, a collection of high quality unstyled components for creating beautiful emails using React and TypeScript. So this is the command to just create an application. We won't be using that because let's see. First of all, let's explore components right here. Now you'll see an introduction, why we believe that email is an extremely important medium for people to communicate. However, we need to stop developing emails like 2010 and rethink how email can be done in 2024 and beyond. Email developments need a revamp, a renovation, modernized for the way we build web apps today. Getting started, React Email is designed to be incrementally adopted, so you can add it to most of the code bases in a few minutes. And that's what we are going to do. Like, think about it. Would you create a separate project just for React Email, or would you add React Email to your already built web application where you have all of those things and you can simply run a code on the server to send out emails using React Email? I think the latter option, right? Of course, if you want to make a completely new React Email project, you can go to the automatic setup, but we are going to choose the manual setup in here. So before that, let's look at the components. We have the HTML component. Pretty straightforward. Then we have the support. So for each component, you will have support here. So let's look at code block. Code block, you can just have a code and then you can simply have a code block component. Just pass in the code, and if you pass in line numbers, it will just have line. It's just pretty cool. And if you want, you can have theming too, and there is support for this. Yeah, and you have a lot of different things, images, HR. I know these things are pretty limited because that's just what emails support right now. You also even have option for Tailwind. Like, this is like just a playground for you. Just do whatever styling you want to, and the things that will work will work. I don't think the animations should work here, but I think you can simply use Tailwind to do whatever you want at this point. So yeah, let's get started and let's try to make an email using React Email. So I'm just going to go into manual setup. It says create a new folder with npm project. It says add new dependencies, but we will do it in our way. We are going to create a Next.js application representing our entire code base. Like, let's try to do it in a more realistic manner. So I'm going to do pnpx create next app, and I'm going to say React Email demo. And yeah, we are going to use TypeScript, ESLint, yeah, Tailwind, yes, src directory, yes, app router, yes, yeah. And let's wait for this to finish, and then we will install some dependencies. So we need this one. We are using pnpm, so I'll just click on pnpm and copy this. Let's go back and let's go inside React Email demo. Let's install the dependencies. We have one more we want to install because we are using Tailwind also here. So let's go to Tailwind, and we need this one. We already have the components one, so we need this one. So I'll just copy it. Let's go to terminal. Let's paste this. We are using npm, right? So paste. Hello. Nah, hold on, I messed up here. So let's just get the pnpm command. I'm just gonna copy this, just gonna paste this. Perfect. Now we can do code dot and pnpm dev. You know what, we don't want to do pnpm dev right now because there are two dev servers. One is for Next.js and one is for React email. And the React email dev servers lets you preview the emails and even send it to you in your inbox. So we will test the Next.js application later, but think of this dev server to be like completely different from your Next.js thing. But you can add it to you can add your React email thing to basically any project. It doesn't even have to be Next.js. It can be like anything, Vite or anything you want. Like it's not even a compulsion. Now what we need to do, we need to create a new emails folder here. And now we can start creating our email. So I'm going to create our first email called welcome.tsx. And this is going to be a component, a normal React component, except let's rename it to welcome. And we do not need a div here. Since we are using React email, we do not use HTML tags here. We will let React email handle everything. And we will not be interfering with HTML because we know that HTML might break there. Like just let React email handle it. So what do we do? First of all, we will have the HTML tag, which will come from, hold on. I think we need to import it here. So import from React email components, and we will have HTML. Perfect. Now we can have HTML, then we can have head, excuse me, yep, head, and this will be a self-closing one. And then we can have a tailwind, or first of all, let's have a preview. This preview will happen before even opening the email. So like beside the subject, there's a small preview of the email, like what the email might contain. This is this preview. So next steps for your account, and then we can use tailwind. If you don't want to use tailwind, feel free to just omit it and just use like inline stylings, but we are going to use tailwind in this tutorial because we all love tailwind. Anyways, tailwind, and everything you want using tailwind should be enclosed using this. Just ignore Copilot, we are not going to do anything with it. So how do we create a div here? Like in React email, what is a div? So we use a container component from React email. Let's wait for this to load. Container. So this is basically a div in React email thing. So yeah, and now let's give this some classes. Hold on, first of all, before the container, we do need a body tag, right? We haven't even created a body right now. Body, and within this we can have the container, but for body we can give some class names which can define the styling. I want to have the BG white and text black and font sans. By default it uses the ugly font, so I just use like font sans. But I want to mention here that the BG white is the background color is not really respected by all email clients. Like during my testing, I had just found some inconsistency, which we will see in this tutorial as well. So stay tuned till the very end. And yeah, in this container, what we want to do, let's make it so that it's in center and everything is good, pretty much aligned. I'm going to have, hold on. I'm going to have this class name. I'm just going to paste this. Perfect. And then inside the container, I'm going to have a few things like buttons and stuff. So I'm just going to have this text. So first of all, the heading is heading component because H1 doesn't work here, and text it can translate into a p tag. So yeah, let's wait for this to load. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it should be here pretty soon. Perfect. And button, hello, hold on, I'll just import it myself. This is definitely not reliable. Perfect. And now, yeah, your email is pretty much ready. Now the thing with this is that I don't think the border works, but let's see. Why are there two errors? Yeah, because we imported button 2 times. Thank you, VS Code. Yeah. Now let's go to localhost 3000. So I'm just gonna get our Chrome here. I'm just going to throw it into a different desktop. Perfect. Now we can, first of all, we need to actually run the dev server, right? So how do we do that? We can go into package.json and we are going to create a new script. I'm going to call it email dev, not deb, it should be dev. And the command should be run is like email dev. That's all. And now we can simply go to our terminal and we can say pnpm email dev. Now this should run the dev server for React email, and we should have this URL, which is localhost 3000. Let's go and paste this. Should not take a lot of time. I'm just gonna wait. My system is not doing its best today. Perfect. Now we have, you can see all of those things like the link to docs, but the main thing here is that welcome.tsx file. So it's taking some time, but yeah, this is a test email. Welcome to test email. Welcome to our platform. We are glad to have you. Please press the button below, and then we have a button which we style using Tailwind. So it's like unstyled. So if you use button, it gives you a normal link. So you need to style it yourself. The thing is that you can freely use Tailwind here. Like just become a web developer, just do whatever you want. The thing is that the things which don't work will simply don't work. Like the border, I think it's not working. I'll try to make border 2 and see if it works. This should auto reload. Yeah, the border is simply not there. But what I think we can do is we can have an HR after this. So let's do it. HR. Hold on, let me have an HR here. Yeah, and then we can have another text. From company. And I can just, I don't know why my thing is not working properly, but anyways, let's have a class name here. And I'm going to have text gray. Let's have like text gray 400, and I think let's see if it works or not. Hello. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. So the thing with here is that it's giving too much gap. Yeah, because it's my8. So I'm just going to change it to my4, and this should be a pretty solid email. Perfect. This is just an email, and we can even send it. We can test it out, but I want to do something more. Let's go back here. I want to test the code block thing out because we just checked it out and I think it's pretty cool. So we already have the installation done. So what do? We have a code block. So I'm just going to copy this one. We are not going to write a new one. And let's have it here. And now I'm just going to use the code block just before the HR. Oh, you know what? Just above the button. Code block. Code. And I'm just going to pass the code here. What does it require? I think, yeah, we need to pass in the theme. Dracula is from, oh, actually we do need to install a package. Hold on. I'm not sure if it will work or not. Code block is from this. I don't think we need to install, but oh yeah, we need to pass all of the different things. But do we get the theme Dracula from here? Dracula. Oh yeah, so you do not need to install another library. I'm testing this component right now in front of you. So this is even testing phase for me. So I want line numbers. Perfect. What else does it require? Language. Yeah, of course. So the language here was JavaScript. So I'm just going to have it. Perfect. Now let's save. Let's go back. Let's wait for this to reload. It's taking a little while. Perfect. Now we have no, I mean it's fine. Like you do not expect to like create such emails by your own. This might not be the perfect, but this might be the one which like email supports, and it's not looking that bad. What you can do is you can simply have a class name here, I guess. Let's see if this works. Oh, so you do not have a class name thing here. So you can simply I think you can have a class name, and we can just say empty4, and that should give the button some space. Hold on. Yeah, now it looks good, and now we can send it. Now what I want to do is I'm going to send this email to myself. I'm going to use my business email, I guess so. Hey at atharva.codes, and I'm just going to leave the subject. This is powered by Resend, and they will send the test email to us. Just going to click send and wait for it to send me. Email sent. Check your inbox. I'm going to open my Apple Mail. This is powered by Apple Mail, so that's why I wanted to show you how it looks in Apple Mail itself. So I do have the email open right here. You can see it on the screen. It says this is a test email. It is kind of making this scroll. It's only because of the code block, though. If you remove the code block, it will not. And then we have this link. But the thing here is that it has changed all the colors, right? I think this is an Apple Mail thing, because if I test this with Gmail, I'll show you. Hold on. So I'm just gonna replace this email with my Gmail. So this is my personal email address, and I'm just going to click send. Perfect. And now I'm going to open Gmail on my browser, and I'll show you. It's on a different browser, so please give me a second. New blank window, gmail.com. Give me a second, please. Perfect. Perfect. This is the thing. I think it is giving me like a purple thing because we already have the same subject. So I tested before, so I'm just going to have testing YT video. I'm just going to send it again, and let's see this time around. I'm just going to wait for the email. I'm not going to show you my inbox, of course, but let's wait for the email. I do have the email now. So here, this is a test email. Now the code block and everything looks fine, and if we have a go to dashboard function which links to Google, and then we have an HR tag, and we have the from company thing. So yeah, in Gmail it looks pretty much fine. In Apple it inverts color, like I think it's based on your theme or something, but I mean it works, right? So yeah, that's how you can use React email. All right, so that was how you can create emails. There's a few more things I want to show you, like how you could use your code to generate this email, and how you could generate HTML instead of just sending direct React, because of course your mailboxes doesn't understand any kind of React, they understand HTML. So we're going to see that. So first of all, I will show you the manual version. So you can simply go to the code tab here, and you can find the actual code for your email. So I can go to the HTML tab, and you will find this HTML thing. You can simply copy paste it wherever you want. You can even create an HTML file and paste this content, or you could create a script that automatically generates that. But how do you generate HTML through code? We are going to do that right now. So imagine that you have an Next.js application and you want to send a welcome email after registration. We don't have that logic created, but I want to show you how you could generate this HTML inside your Next.js application so that you can send it using any command. Like if you go here, you can see integrations, and there is resend, so you can use resend to send, or you can go old school and use node mailer, or like there are other things you can use. But other than resend, all of the other things basically use one thing in common, which is like rendering the React email component into an HTML and then sending it to the actual email. So that's how it works. So I want to show you how that really works out. So I'm going to kill the dev server here. Hold on. Let me get something work fine. Perfect. And now we can do pnpm dev to actually run the Next.js thing, because we are now focusing on how to get this done in Next.js. So perfect. Now I'm just going to go into the src and app, and I'm going to go page.tsx. So this is a server component. Imagine that I just want to generate the HTML here, and then I want to send it to some, like, after the component is just loaded. So how do we do? This is not the ideal scenario, I know, but this code you can basically put in any function, and I love how React Email has configured it so that you can make it work anywhere, and like no useless providers, like not making everything dependent on just one framework. I just love it. So what you can do is you can simply say const html. Remember, this is a server side component. So yeah, now we can use a render function, which is from React Email components, and we can pass in the component here. So welcome. Perfect. Now the thing here is that we don't have any props here, but if you create any props here in welcome.tsx, and if you just have any props, and if you want to have dynamic name here, so like if you want here Atharva, so welcome to test email name. So if you want the name here, so I can simply get it from the props name, and I also want to provide the type, so name should be string. Perfect. Now if we go back here, we can pass in the props here. So I can pass in the name Tharva, and now your email will be personalized for that specific person, and I just love that. And there is one more option you can pass here, is pretty. So if you want pretty HTML, like after you save a file and prettier does jobs just like that, you can pass in pretty.true. But if you want a minimized version, you can just omit this, and it will give you a pretty much minimized and unreadable thing. So yeah, and now what you can do is you can just console log the HTML. In ideal case, you would want to send this HTML to the user through email, but for now we are just going to console log it out. Yeah, now let's go to our browser, and I'm just going to go to localhost 3000. Let's wait. Yeah, my system doesn't want to work today. It seems like. Yeah, now if we go back to a console, we'll remember this was a server side component, so all the console logs happening will be in our server. So we already have the HTML. I mean, it's not pretty yet because like it's in our terminal, so it's kind of messing everything up, but you have this HTML, right? So you just generated the HTML for an email of React email inside of Next.js, and now you can use that HTML to send it to your user, and that's how React email works, and I just love it. So yeah, in this video we saw how you can use React email to create emails using React and then send it to your own inbox and check how they look. I like the package. There are a lot of beautiful components, and it seems like your emails won't ever look like only text emails. Like click on this link to verify, and then you have a long link. Yeah, whatever. It's like as the website said, it's very 2010ish. We are living in 2024, right? Yeah. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell notification as well. And share this video with your friends so that they enjoy the same level of knowledge that you do right now. So yeah, if you have any suggestions about any content, any type of mega builds you want me to make, like some kind of clones or something, make sure you leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to make that happen. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.